the defending NBA champions. The season is on the line here tonight. The Spurs desperate for a win to bring the series back to Dallas tonight. Duncan fielding for Job. Shot clock to 5. Duncan, yes, and it counts.
In game 4, so it's a huge challenge for the Mavericks to deal with Duncan down there. He's playing like the MVP of old.
Josh Howard was called on that foul. Muhammad played a minute a couple of games back. Nesterovich 30 seconds the other night. Nice play as Parker sets it up for Duncan, and the Spurs take a 1-point lead.
Parker is so good at that when he finds the lane, gets into the paint area.
In this first quarter, Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, and Cheryl Miller. Second of our TNT doubleheader. Here's Parker over John, and Tony Parker off to the fast start. Has come on. Barry had been in the starting lineup last couple of games. There's Duncan off the double and puts it down. 7 points for Duncan.
Game 2 had that 27-point night. He's a guy who can really do it all.
Josh in his 3rd year out of Wake Forest. Here's Duncan. It counts. And the foul on Dampier. So Tim Duncan showing us a runner.
I think just the adrenaline and the excitement of the playoffs has this guy pretty amped up.
Duncan coming up short, able to grab the rebound, and has himself a 4-point play off that sequence.
Boy, cardinal sin for Dallas. Nobody blocking out the shooter. That's the first thing you learn. They switched everything in game 4, and Dirk frequently ended up with a smaller guy on him. San Antonio now hedging and going under and getting back to their own tonight on the screen roll.
Make it 6-6 for Tim Duncan. Spurs 41, Mavericks 35. Obviously medically cleared, but says it's still painful.
So Avery Johnson doesn't want to go with Dirk Nowitzki on Duncan, so he'll try to buy a few minutes with Van Horn, who's got his hands full with Tim Duncan. Van Horn, of course, a 3-point shooter, a guy who can stretch the defense, and he'll give the Spurs a different look.
Keith Van Horn acquired mid-season last year. But San Antonio in possession. Terry up on Ginobili. Duncan from Ginobili. Tim Duncan, 7 for 7 from the field. He has 18 points.
Meanwhile, Van Exel seeing some minutes here tonight because of the foul trouble to Bowen and Barry, and Greg Popovich would like nothing more than to see Van Exel knock down a 3 here, get something going.
Here's Duncan. Yes! And a foul! That's 8 for 8, 20 points.
And you have to protect your teammate. And how about the foul trouble, Marv? Jop and Dampier and Van Horn all with 3 fouls. So Tim Duncan just looking to knock everybody out of the game.
Duncan spinning and scores. A remarkable shooting performance in the first half for Tim Duncan. 9 of 9, 23 points.
Scored a lot of points in that one. Meanwhile, Tim Duncan scoring a lot of points in this one.
10 of 10 from the field, 25 points. Blocking foul.
Keith Van Horn, 4 fouls now in 3 minutes of action.
The Bubba Wells anecdote. Can't hear it enough times.
Can't get enough of it.
Another opportunity for the Spurs. Parker behind the back to Duncan. Oh. He is 11 for 11. 28 points.
And that's why we have a 4-point lead for the Mavericks, despite the fact that San Antonio is shooting 61%.
Parker, yes.
And Michael Finley sealing off the Dallas defenders.
And Duncan yet to attempt a shot here in this 3rd quarter. There's Duncan. Yes! And the foul. Make it 12 for 12 for Duncan.
For that 12-foot jump hook that didn't go. But there's nothing the Dallas defenders can do when he attacks them.
And here's Stackhouse, blocked by Duncan. Tim Duncan, 12 of 13 overall for 31 points in his first 12 shots. Ginobili for 3. Ginobili down to 6. Stackhouse blocked by Duncan. Tony Parker back on the floor. Van Pierce done a nice job on Duncan. There's Duncan. Yes, he gets the call and the foul. Foul on Van Pierce.
But San Antonio has been the aggressor here tonight, Marv, and yet Dallas has thrown counterpunch after counterpunch.
The turnover by Tony Parker, providing Nowitzki with the opportunity to hit that three-pointer.
With an advantage at the free throw line tonight, Marv. 20 of 28 to Dallas's 16 for 19. That's two big ones from Tim Duncan.
2 4/10 seconds remaining. 1 point. San Antonio lead. Daniels gets it in. Here's Terry firing. And that'll do it. Nowitzki had an opportunity. This series extends to a game 6 as the Spurs hold on for a 98-97